I don't even think, I think I like got off the order that we were supposed to go in. Uh, Sorry, I'm so I feel so unorganized. Anyway, I'm not, but I just feel that way. Okay, so what were we just talking about? Oh, the people who want to talk. So anyway, I don't know where Nicholas is, but I think he's gone. Nicholas, are you there? Okay. Well, he had somebody. So there are people from like government agencies and that sort of thing that want a couple minutes. I am assuming like Rita Joseph said she's coming, that she'll probably want like a minute or a couple minutes or something like that. So Lisa, what do you think?
Um, I think if people are going to talk about things that are going to be helpful, then I think it's okay. We'd have to
Okay.
like let them a little bit, right? Like, what are you going to talk about? Can you
Right.
share what you're going to discuss? And then we can have an idea. We don't want just them to go talk about anything, and it won't be related to what we're doing. That's my
Agreed. I think Allison agrees too. So maybe the total that we let other people speak is like 15 minutes. I don't know.
You have to
Okay, let
see
me,
how the run of show is how the agenda is panning out, right? Because the first part is going to be networking, breakfast kind of thing, right? And then maybe formal introductions, just quickly.
I think so. I think like arrive. This is later in the, I'm realizing that we're not supposed to talk about this later, but anyway, arrive, get some food, coffee, mingle, maybe put a name tag on. And then at like 9:20 or something like that, like introduce CB9. And we can talk for like, I don't know, a couple minutes, like not much. And then we can introduce the few people that we want to speak, and then we can have everybody kind of like go around and introduce themselves, or do you think we should wait and have the business owners introduce themselves before we let like the electeds and the SBA people and those people? I think we should have the business owners go first.
Yes.
Because it's
Okay.
about them.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yeah. And also, like, you know, if if we work diligently with the council staff, we could just tell the electeds to show up at a later time. That's typically what
Yeah,
happens with elected officials. So
right. Maybe we have them arrive at like 10:30 or something.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so regarding like what we've done since last week, is there, or last month, Lisa, do you want to talk about your conversation with Connor? Tell everybody about that?
Sure. Um, my conversation with Connor. Connor is from the Bridge Street Development Corporation. I think that's what the name is. And his organization has been working with merchant associations, developing merchant associations and small business districts. And they did a study of the district and found that we were sorely lacking in these services. And especially in the Utica Avenue corridor section, which I am. And he is looking to try to partner with us and the businesses in the area to see if we can create um, a merchants association, which I'm all for,
Yeah.
or bid depending on how it works out. But he was interested in trying to get businesses to meet in a location on or close to Utica Avenue, and I gave him um, some references to which he can go and try to see if he can find a space that's on the corridor, so it won't be so hard for people to get to. And I actually I was in the middle of writing him a note to say, how's it going? Because I did ask him to try to keep me in the loop to see how things were going with that. And
And
that's basically,
I think he said he wanted to meet like sometime in the next month with people. Was that?
he did say it was coming up rather quickly.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't hear anything yet. I don't know how
Okay.
it's working out yet, but I will let you know when I hear from him.
Okay, great. Because maybe he can also spread the word there about our breakfast. Just like
Yeah,
tell
it'd
people or
be
have our
interest,
flyer or something.
yeah, it'd be interesting to see who he's talked to and see if we can leverage that as well.
Yeah, so he actually gave me a couple email lists. They did a survey of Crown Heights and its economic needs. It's called like a economic survey. They've done tons of them throughout the city. Anyway, they just did one of Crown Heights, and so he had gathered a bunch of lists of the businesses, and it goes further than what we need, but maybe we can use the list that he gave me and blast out the flyer at least to those email addresses.
I actually think that that's a good idea because if you email and then if we do like a walk to the businesses, that's at least 2 times they've heard about it. So that's good.
Yeah, that's great. So do you guys want to look at the flyer that Allison made? Did everybody see it? Like, I guess I should share my screen. Oh my God, I don't know how to do this. Um, let's see. Um, sorry, guys. Okay, so Allison took our notes and made us a flyer. Let's see. How do I make this bigger? Well, anyway, you guys can all see it. So I think she was gonna fix the top part for it to be not white.
Yeah, I'm gonna send her our blue. I'm gonna send her the blue logo.
What do you guys think?
Looks awesome to me. I'm trying to get to my computer. I'm on the phone right now, but it looks good,
Yeah, I think it looks
especially
great.
with the edit to blue. Yeah.
Looks great, Allison.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks.
I had a couple ideas for the bottom part where it says join us to connect business owners, learn about how we can support you as well as hear about additional resources. And I was kind of wondering if we want to put these people sitting at a desk or do we want to make it more like breakfasty, like
Totally.
conversationally?
Yeah. That was like this I did Canva. So this is like a template. I did not draw this.
Right. I would hope not. That's a lot
Yeah.
of time.
Oh God, no. So I'm happy to like do some searching and see if I can find like people standing or whatever, and not sitting. That certainly seems like not what will be happening, not representative of the event.
Yeah, like maybe like a little more fun. Like we want people to this, I don't know. Maybe, what do you, Regina, go ahead.
All right, now that I can read, all right, so I would say maybe just on language slightly, just adding local business owners, just making sure it's like clear that it's people and business owners in our district. Just slight adjustment.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I literally just copy pasted what was in the doc.
Oh no, all good, all good.
So just
Yeah.
local business owners.
If someone has something better, but something, as long as it shows that it's in our district, then I'm good.
I was thinking like maybe we could say meet and build with fellow business owners within our Brooklyn Community Board District 9, so people understand like what area we're talking about, because a lot of people don't even really know. Like, I was asking Dante earlier if he had a map of CB9 that we could like maybe put on here, but there isn't really a great one, I don't think, that would be easy to that would be easy to identify like what exactly we're talking about.
Can we, in that QR code, maybe in that, wherever we take them, if there's a ability, I don't know what it looks like, I hadn't tried it yet, ability to have more information there or elsewhere, so the flyer isn't just too cumbersome. So,
That makes
Wait, sorry, I think I don't understand.
sorry, it wouldn't be a you thing, Allison. I think the QR code, so wherever the website that it sends it to, so if it's, say, a website, I haven't tried it yet, sorry, and then you go to RSVP via the separate link, then you can have all the additional information. But I could take a look and maybe chat with Dante or something, and we go from there. But that's my thoughts, is not going crazy with the flyer, because then there's so much, but actually letting them find more resources elsewhere.
Yeah, I agree with that. What I'm thinking is like maybe it's also a little too color heavy if we're gonna be photocopying a ton of them. I don't know. Does it matter, Dante?
Well, I
'Cause
mean,
there's like a lot of black in here. I'm just worried that.
yeah. I mean, I don't think it's that. I mean, it's your flyer, so I mean, I don't want to
Man, as long
overstep.
as we can
think-
print them at CB9.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
yeah, we
the
can.
other, is the other one that wasn't black better for copy? I gave two color.
Right.
lists.
There was an orange one, Vanessa, yeah.
Yeah, there was an orange one. Hold on, let me see. Let me find it.
I did Dante, so by quick follow-up, if maybe in the description, if we have like,
Yep.
find more information about CB9 or something via here or whatever, and people can look up the district stuff there. In
Right.
the link.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Nicholas?
A couple of suggestions. In terms of the flyer, you could change the background from black to white. And if anybody have access to Microsoft 365, and you could search for a breakfast, just put the words breakfast. And also I want to emphasize, I want to support the idea, and so I say small business breakfast, which said breakfast for business and community board 9, replace those words on top. Instead of small biz breakfast, we said merchants or small business in community night breakfast and resource share. Get
Or
rid
like-
of the small biz and replace it by merchants or small business, so some kind of a wording in there. Get just rid of the small biz is a little bit too general, so we could make that more specific. And then in terms of the background, within Canva, you could just switch back the background from orange to white and from orange to black. That way, it's not that color intensive.
Do you guys think it should say CB9 Economic Development Committee invite you to a small business breakfast? Or
Yeah,
just,
that's good. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah,
Just for administrative, just clarity, once you all vote on this and then it goes to the full board and then they vote on it, it will then become Brooklyn
Official.
Community Board 9. So
It will then become what?
Brooklyn Community Board 9. So it won't say Economic Development Committee.
Right.
Right. Just FY.
Yeah, it should, I think it should say CB or Brooklyn Community Board 9, Economic Development Committee invites you to a small business breakfast. Or
And
we can't put in Economic Development Committee at all?
We can draw this up because typically we can. I think if we just put the board logo above, then we can just keep it going.
Okay.
So I'll send that over to after.
Jean Renee, you haven't said anything. Floor is yours. You're on mute. Oops, what happened? What happened? Did I mess it up?
Mute. Yes, hello?
Oh, there you are. Okay.
All right, so what I was saying that nowadays, all the flyers, all the information are loaded on a QR, just so people will just pass by and they scan them with their phone and they can read everything that you want to convey. And also, what I was saying is that you need to ask first, what audience we targeting? The target of audience that should be, where do you live? So do you live in downtown Brooklyn? This is not CB9. So first of all, so you need to have a map where, so I mean, if you own a business located in this neighborhood, blah 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 blah, you mentioned, and then you find that you own a business, we are inviting you to connect, blah 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 blah. First target audience, and then also the map of CB9. Where is CB9 located for people to see? I live on Flatbush. I live in Utica. Okay, so I can be invited. So target audience also make it more visual for people, and also you can also use a link NYC link. Sometimes I work on link, based off of a phone, public phone that people use. You put on a phone flyer, and then you got a QR, and you can just download it, and then you know about the event automatically. Because the QR can be loaded with more information. This is why people use QR nowadays. It does not to be off or in front of a flyer. Other information can be loaded inside the QR. So ask more about that to Alison or Dante for the link. Is that okay?
Yeah, we could put it on the link. You're talking about link kiosk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once the board votes on it and we have an official flyer, we'll send it over. We're a government agency, so they do it for free.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, I agree that we should have a map on it. I don't think people know,
No, nobody knows.
even though they're getting the flyer handed to them at their store. I don't know. Lisa, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the flyer should have something to say. Join us to connect with other CB9 business owners, right? Because we're going to be sending emails out. We're going to be handing them the flyer, and then if we do the link kiosks, once they fill out the information, we can vet whether they're really in CB9. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think we should I think we should put verbiage that says other CB9 business owners. I agree. I think that the learn about how we can support you as well as hear about additional resources is secondary to people connecting with each other and building with each other. And I think that we should, I don't know, maybe it should be 2 sentences.
No, I mean it's just one of the first of many meetings. So we get to play with it. So one of the first.
Nicholas?
Yeah, I wanted to say you could use the map of CB9 as the background and put the
Yeah.
information on top.
Yeah, but the problem is that the map is just like a rectangle. You have to like you just have to write the streets on the corner of it, I think.
No. I mean, Dante, there's a way to make like a CB9 map, right? From a city. Just like from Dante, what do you feel? I mean, you should definitely have a CB9 now, definitely a map. I mean, I don't know why you don't have a CB9 map
I mean, let
right
me
now.
show you guys the map
Yeah,
on
2024, we should have a CB9 map, definitely, for anything. For the business that we can go to, we need to know where to go. So
like this is the map that they
it's
have
a
on the
tool.
website, which is not,
Do you have it?
this is it.
I mean, this is no. It should
It
not
This
can
be
is
be
like
no.
not a
really
very
well.
helpful map. I mean,
I-
it's good, but it's
Nah,
I
it's
mean,
not. It's not. It's not. It's not.
it
It's
can be
not.
cropped and narrows to just show the outline and take everything else. That's there.
It can get
All the
better.
other stuff can be deleted from it and just leave it.
Yeah.
That can be done.
No.
yeah, but somebody still has to take this map and outline it. Like it has to be done in
No,
Like-
the board office, I mean, they should have a map in that office at the CB9. Don't you guys definitely may have
Okay.
your
Yeah.
yeah,
So
you definitely have a map at your office
yeah.
that are more specified, don't you?
Okay. Thank you. So to be clear, this is literally the first map that was created by me for this
Oh.
board, right? Because the board had nothing. I don't do any type of design work. I have degrees in political science and public administration. So if there's someone else who knows how to do that type of stuff, please create the map. But like that's beyond the scope of what I do as a district manager.
Oh shit.
Also, does the map that I'm finding online, that's not in the CB9 website, doesn't look like it has the same borders? So is this the
Right.
one that's accurate?
this,
Yeah.
I think
This is accurate right here on the website.
Okay. I mean, it's
Uh,
not just about the map.
Well, if you guys need help, I do have access to software that can edit the picture, so I could try to do that.
Yeah, I can do that. That's not a problem.
Mhm.
It's just, yeah. If so we're saying like we want the map to an image of the map with some streets to replace
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
image.
just like that. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, because see
throw
how
out
it
the
says
background. You
like
could throw out the background for all the
Eastern
information.
Parkway at the
Mhm.
top, and it says Washington, and then it says Ocean, and that's Clarkson. I think it has to say the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it borders. What street is it? Utica. And then,
I'm sorry, can we
Right.
just say the borders? If you're within these borders, you're within CB9.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I can.
I mean, we could do just like an outline of the map, and then inside it says like within from Ocean to Utica, from Empire to, and then they physically see it. That'll simplify it, I think.
Yep.
Like
So
from,
just confirming, we want this image, this like graphic of the map to replace any graphic of people, right?
I would suggest we put it as a background. We could just crop all the other.
I think that'll be
I
too
think I've seen on
confusing.
Open
I don't
Data
agree
for
it
New
should
York
be a
City where
background.
they have a map for strictly community board 9. I think I've seen that. We could go and look for that. I don't mind working with somebody to look for it.
I think
And
the
then-
map
And
of,
have it as a background where the outlines are clearly, the boundary are clearly visible. And on top of it, you could put the picture of having breakfast or some kind of food, and then all the information you have on that flyer.
Regina.
All right, so I'm a fan of empowering people to, to design. I think good feedback and then letting people take it away and go with it. I think like even Lisa's point, well, actually, let me backtrack. Simplicity goes a long way, right? People are running businesses. We're like spending a lot of time on very, serious design elements. I'm at a conference and, we're talking serious things over here. We're just trying to get information out and connect people, right? So I think, at the end of the day, this flyer is a great start. We have a few edits, like adding CB9 business owners, some of the things that you guys gave feedback on. Map or no map. I think even to Lisa's point, the general, like, hey, it's about borders here to here or whatever, however you want to list that. But I think, again, like, we do need them to go to the website and sign up and do all these other things. So to get into the minutia for a flyer, when the core of it is we want people to connect, we want them to see that there are resources. And I will say there's an element of simplicity in design to drive people to be like, okay, I look at it, I see it's this, and there's this, and let me scan, bada boom, bada bang. So whether it's these people that's on the image or a quick map, Canva, technically, if you crop something, you could just white out the background. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We're all volunteering. So I think the Google map, like what Dante outlined, honestly, pretty decent. If they found their way to the website and actually got the clear image of all the details, that would suffice to me. But yeah, empowering people, if Allison volunteered to take this on, quick feedback and not being in so the minutia, is just my honest feedback so she can take the quick information and then like tweak it. It's a great flyer to start. The verbiage, as long as we're there, awesome. And the ink thing, flipping the white background or whatever, some of those minor things that might make it print faster, quite frankly. I do love the color, and having color, it's something that won't get lost in a stack of paper. So I think color is important. But yes, let's just remember the goal of this is the event and making sure people clearly can see what we're trying to do. And just to make it clear, like the follow-up, Dante, is when you scan into the QR code, like probably at the bottom, it's like, hey, check out more about CB9. You could see the map of our border or some verbiage around there, because it might take a while unless Nicholas or somebody else wants to find the perfect cute image of the border and actually identify or whatever have you. But just, yeah, it's May. We need to get the flyer out. We need to start communicating to people to make sure they have time to plan for it. And, getting bogged down with all of the very tiny incremental changes will delay some of the things. That's just my quick points, just so we can actually get to the talking about the other points as well. That's all. Thank you.
Well taken.
Jean Renee?
You're muted.
Yeah, which I mean, what I'm saying is the flyer is beautiful, but the flyer can say the same. But think of the QR code can be linked to the map or to the website, and then we can always update it anytime. But the flyer is, we just need a link for that shit. But the flyer is beautiful. But it's a scan QR or call to RSVP. It's just by scanning that QR, that takes you to a website or the CB9 website. That can be updated. It can be updated anytime. But the flyer should be with that link. That's it. But the flyer is beautiful. So then you can add more information. This is why people, and then this is why we use a QR now, because you can load more information for people to be. I mean, just I think the flyer is beautiful, but it's best fun with scan with QR, and then inside the QR we go to a link for a CB9 or website or for the event, and I mean I have a link with all the borders. I mean, if you're part of that border for CB9, we are invited, and then you can target the audience, because we don't want to be open to over board without the 7. You have to be I need to have a target audience. That all those can be information linked to QR that go to CB9 portal. I don't know. But a flyer can save us. It's beautiful, but just add a QR as a link on the corner.
Yeah, we have one with the QR code. This
Yeah.
was just the orange version, and I think people
Yeah,
like.
that one's good for me.
Yeah. So, I think we're thinking maybe Allison, if you can change this image to either a map or something breakfasty, then that would work. And then maybe, if you want any help with like a map image, I can also help you with that. Send you a couple options. I don't know. It's up to what your workload is and that kind of thing. Regina, did you want to say something? You have your hand.
Yeah, I guess it's a question maybe for Dante. I wonder, Dante, and shoot me down for this one, but once it's approved, I wonder, can we have a page on the CB9 website with basically the some of the highlights of the event, a link to see the district map, and it just hyperlinks to what you already have. And then there's a RSVP for the event. So that kind of tackles some of the minutia that we wanted to try to get in there. So that's the link currently goes straight to the survey, which is what we talked about last time. But I wonder if it can go to the CB9 website, and then they could see the district map, and then they can get to the RSVP, and then we kind of solve a few things.
If it goes to the CB9 website and it goes to the district map, I mean, we have to change the map first because the one on the website doesn't work for everyone, I guess.
Well,
Wait,
I
it
think
doesn't?
it wasn't going to work because for the flyer's sake. The map
Right.
is clear on what you have. I think it's super clear. What I was just saying is if in y'all's website, if you're able to have a page just for this event, which I think you guys tend to make things happen like that. And then they can easily see hyperlink to what you already have.
I understand.
And maybe it's at the bottom of the page or something like that, but they have the RSVP link in big and bold or something like that for the event.
Yeah. So what I'll do is once everything is approved and settled, we'll put all of that information on the calendar. So ideally they would go to hopefully they would go to the calendar. And so when they go to it, it will be there and they shouldn't have to go anywhere else. Literally all of it would just be on the date for the calendar.
So does that QR code work already? I guess I
Yeah,
don't.
it works, but the information can change, accordingly.
Okay, so let's see. So can you tell me where, I can't scan it and show you guys.
Oh, okay. Let me-
I guess I could scan it on my phone. No, it's not scanning off the computer. Okay, that's okay. We can look at it. But can you tell us? It's the survey that says like, what's your name, your business?
Right, exactly, right. It's that survey. I'm going to.
And then maybe, and it does say, would you like to host an event in the future? Is that correct?
Okay, well, it doesn't, but I can definitely add that. That's
Maybe we could put, are you interested in hosting this event or an event in the future? We could have like two different check boxes, because we still need, depending on how many people RSVP, we still need a space.
Hmm.
What do you think, Dante? I don't know. Do you want to pull it up and then share your screen?
I'll actually just sent you the link, but I guess I could.
Oh, you sent me the link. Okay. I have like 40 emails. Hold on. Okay, Brooklyn Community Board 9, small business. Everybody can see this, correct?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so basically it's asking people for, this is great. Asking people for their email, first name, last name, are you the owner, the name, location, best phone number, biggest issue, and we have their email, right? Yeah. What do you guys think? Nicholas, go ahead.
No, I think it's good. I think we should add, like, if they say if the question you asked, if you want to add, are they interested in hosting further events if they have the ability or this event? The question I wanted to ask, we work on a program, what's going to happen during that breakfast? Are you inviting any other somebody to make a presentation and so on and so forth? That was my question.
We talked about it a little bit, but we're going to talk about the run of show. I think we should go into it a little bit more. We can get back to that, Nicholas. Lisa, did you want to say something?
Yes, going back to Regina's comment about clicking on the scanning the QR code and going maybe first to the district page. Is that what you're talking about, Regina?
For clarification, it was like if we could have a page within the district page specifically for this event.
Oh, so separate than this.
No, specifically for this event. That's what
But not here, not within the flyer RSVP.
well, it was to tackle the map situation, it was to have the one QR code. So we still have the one QR code, but it would go to the district page. It would be the event. They could RSVP, then they could see the map that's already created. There's no extra stuff.
Right. Yeah, I think that would. I think it should be a little different. Go to the RSVP so people can RSVP, but maybe have a link there that says verify if your business is in CB9, and the link will go to the map. But they're already in the RSVP.
That's fair,
Well,
even if it's
when you hit submit, could it then be like, do you want to learn more about CB9 or?
I
Will-
believe
will
so.
it-
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I believe you can. Yeah, I believe so.
I think you can insert an image into the Google form.
Yeah, you can insert an image, but it only crops like a very small portion of it.
Wow, that's annoying.
Yeah, that's why it's like just yeah, that little section.
follow
Well,
up.
I mean, maybe when they hit submit, it'll be like, you want to learn more about CB9? Here are some links, and it could be like, here's the map, here's when our meetings are, here's whatever. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm okay with that, as long as maybe there's a link somewhere there, right?
Right.
Maybe at the top somewhere, that they can go and look for more information about CB9. Maybe it'll hopefully open up in a different tab.
Right.
But they're there at the RSVP. I don't want them to get lost in the CB9 website and never go back to RSVP.
Right. Okay. Kat from Bodega Lounge, right?
Yes. I hear that you guys are still looking for this space. Due to the time frame of it, we wouldn't be open for regular operations. So if you guys still need a space, we're still open to hosting this.
Great. Can you tell me how big your space is? Is it, yeah, just tell me, what it's like in there.
It's two sides. The primary side that is completed right now, they're both 350 square feet. due to the timing of this event, it would be warmer weather where we could extend to outside if need be. So for right now, we have a banquette that can seat about 8 to 10 around the bar. And then we have 2 long tables that can do an additional seating to 8 to 10. So about like, you could fit 30 people seated.
Okay.
I think that's good enough.
I would hope that we would get more than 30 people, but maybe not. Regina?
Okay, so Kat, what's the name of your business again? To refresh
The Bodega Lounge.
the Bodega Lounge. Okay, just for my own reference. But my comment was I agree with Lisa in the design of whatever the link goes to, it needs to make sure people don't get confused. So, and for the survey, I know we were talking about adding all the extra things. I think there's a one tweak that might be needed, but honestly, like simplicity to capture and make sure they RSVP, you don't make it too hard. And then our follow-up game. So once we get these flyers out, what follow-up emails to remind them, to even like to the point about, are you in our district? Or whatever have you. Maybe there is a way to do some more fun things, especially if we're getting addresses and all that kind of stuff or more information. Then there is that, but that whole conversion part of this is simple, easy to fill out. Obviously, I think that bottom one is important as far as any feedback, because people will want to share things. So I think that one is amazing. And then we should be good to go. But just that capturing the email and then following up with whatever we want to continue to communicate out to them. Because obviously there's a CB9 resident and businesses, but then there's the people who are interested in this particular thing. So making sure we have the ability to communicate to this particular audience. And I think, you know, once the event is awesome and they experience it, then they can tell their neighboring businesses and it'll continue to grow. But I think this is a fantastic start.
How do I stop sharing my screen? Does anybody know? Oh my God, I'm so pathetic. Oh, here we go. Okay. Sorry, tech, this isn't my forte. Okay, so it seems like we have a lot to do, to be honest. Allison, how do you feel about the feedback on the flyer? And like next step?
Yeah, feel great. These changes can totally happen. Regina, you got a hand up.
Regina, did you want to say something?
Oh, no, if whatever you want to finish. My only comment for us is, what is the ET? Like, when do we want to start handing these out to make sure people give enough time? And then that maybe can help Allison guide anything. And then maybe we need to take some things out. If honestly, I think we made only slight tweaks, but we should have like time and action and making sure we give businesses enough time to know that something's happening and adjust their calendars, and maybe even tell other people if you know, maybe we missed them for some reason when we're handing, and also making sure we can plan our time to pound the pavement as well. And
Yeah.
So what is the timing for when you want this flyer?
What do you guys think? I mean, it's March 11th.
I would hope for April, like mid-April, so that they have a month to plan and
Oh,
adjust.
I feel like by April 1st, that you need to have at least the first round of the
I
flyer.
agree, April.
I'm okay with
1st.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe Allison, if you could like, what is your timeline? Like within a week, do you think you could just send us another round? We really should only need one more edit.
Yeah, you're saying, I think I'm trying to search for like other illustrations while we're
Yeah.
on this call. And I am not about to create an illustration here. So the ones that I'm seeing don't look appropriate really for this. So I think I'm happy to just like take the lead and make some decisions, or if you want to give quick feedback, if you would prefer to have like images of little breakfast items, or there's like one that I'm seeing of like people standing around, but like those seem to be the options, or I'm happy to create like a graphic of the map and just put it in instead. Other than that, the other like the copy edits, I took some notes, and so very easy, can do. Once Dante sends me the seal, the QR code, I can swap those out, like not a problem, change some colors around, give you a few versions and a few colorways for like digital or print. Yeah, that can happen in a week. Anything beyond that, I will not happen in a week.
Jean Rene?
Okay, so what I'm thinking, I mean, it's a beautiful design, but I think that you need to take control of the event, yeah, and then you have control of the event because a lot of things can happen. So the plan is beautiful. Just add the QR, and the QR need to have a link for the CB9 website, and then the CB9 website need to highlight the upcoming event, and then you can always update it, make it more current because not everything can happen. And then the flyer can definitely go out. The flyer is just a link to the event. This is it. It's a beautiful flyer. You just add the QR link that go to the CB9 website, and then in the CB9 website, then you need to highlight the event, boom, up front, and then you can always update it, how many people are coming, the link for everything, because now you take control of your event, because now everything can change. And then QR is just a link, and then you can add so much information on it. But the website of CB9 needs to highlight the coming event just to show QR, and then QR needs to go out.
You're muted, Vanessa.
Agreed. I think we all agree QR code, and that will link to more information like the survey.
Right.
As far as image ideas, I mean,
Yeah.
Allison, I would say either a map or like a bagel and coffee kind of image. I mean, you're the designer, so maybe you can play around with it. I'm also happy to like
Yes.
look through some images and send you some ideas. If that works for you, because I have yeah, lots of stuff like that that I deal with at work anyway. So maybe I could just send off some stuff that whatever that might work, and then you can take it from there. That would maybe lighten your load a little bit. I don't know. What do you think, Allison?
Did Lisa have something to say here? Or about a different thing?
On the timing, but you can finish
Oh,
your
yeah,
comment.
timing.
Allison, would that be helpful for you?
I can very easily find the images
Okay,
if
cool.
we want to do bagel coffee situation. It's just I'm not gonna make both versions, so if you have a preference, then I will just do that and send it to you.
What do you guys prefer, like a bagel and coffee or a map?
I like bagel and coffee.
I'm like, are we serving bagels?
I mean, I think that'll be the easiest thing if we do like bagels and cream cheese spread and some coffee, because we might be able to get like Flatbush Bagels to donate some bagels, and I'm pretty sure I can get Brooklyn Perk to give us some coffee. We can get other things too, but like that's pretty standard, easy, and like people get it with the visual, like coffee in New York. I don't know,
Maybe
breakfast
a
in New
muffin?
York.
I mean,
Huh?
I would also say if she's pulling
Or
images,
muffin,
like,
yeah.
if you are pulling them and we're saying like I would almost like leave some options, like we were saying bagels and coffee or muffin or whatever, but if it doesn't look cute what you're finding, like good design decision making, if you see something and as you're putting it together, You know, for me, I'm personally flexible. It's just, hey, as long as it looks decent, but sometimes what you find out there ain't the greatest. So
Confirming that
flexibility
we,
is
I'm sorry.
breakfast.
Okay, and confirming that we don't want people, even if they're not seated like this.
I don't think we need it personally.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's fair to go away from people because it's a diverse district, and sometimes you start doing, yeah. So maybe objects are actually kind of good.
Okay, great. So Allison is gonna get us another round of a flyer, and then you'll just send that to our email, that group email?
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's next week. I won't be able to get it to you before Thursday, maybe Friday next week,
Okay, cool.
but I will have it to you next week.
Great. So I'm gonna put in the 22nd. Okay, and then Dante, you think you can add those changes to the survey sheet?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
So Allison, expect an email from me no later than close of business tomorrow.
Okay, Dante and I also need to talk to Fred about Friends of CB9.
Right.
So I'm gonna put that on our list. Okay, so let's get back to the run of show real quick. We talked about the business owners being the most important people at the event, and they're who we're having the event for. We want them to come back to another event. We want this to be beneficial for them, community building, bridge building, all the things. So what we had briefly talked about, 9 o'clock to 9:20, arrive, get some coffee, eat some food, mingle, maybe get a name tag. And then at 9:20, go in and we introduce us as CB9, tell them when our meetings are, invite them to come to our meetings. And then we, tell them why we're doing this and that we want to go around and everybody introduce themselves. And maybe like they keep it short and sweet. My name is Vanessa Raptopoulos. I own a store called Awesome Brooklyn, and it's on Flatbush Avenue. We've been around for blah, blah, blah years. Next person. Like, I don't know if this needs to be super long. Like, I don't need to know your favorite color, short and sweet, because I'm hoping we get a lot of people. I think it would be good for people to come. And then that will depend on how many people are there. And then after all the business owners get to introduce themselves, then we could do the elected officials that are there could introduce themselves. And then the other people like Small Business Association and I know Nicholas had somebody that wanted to talk, and Brian Cunningham's office had somebody, and the person that we had talked about earlier, Connor, who wants to start the Utica Avenue Merchants Association, wanted to talk for a minute or two. So those people could be at the end, the tail end of the event, and then we break. So what am I missing here, everyone? What did I miss? Lisa?
The only thing I think we should definitely introduce ourselves, whether that be within the introduction to CB9 and the Economic Development Committee, or at the start of the introductions of everybody else. So that's the only thing.
Agreed. Nicholas?
Well, the question I asked, if you are gonna have a presenter, as a matter of fact, one person I spoke to you about is in the meeting today, Mr. Jackson Watkins. He would love to talk about CB9, about extending a merchants association and a bid, especially on Nostrand from Empire that is in the meeting now listening to us. So I don't know, Jackson, if you want to say a few words.
That race or what?
Yes, good
Jackson.
evening. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jackson Rockingster. Thank you so much, Nicholas, for this invitation. And guys, I wanted to mention to you that you are doing a superb job. Anything that has to do with supporting and promoting the merchants, it's a very, very good initiative. And I know our merchants are so busy, working, trying to make money, trying to maintain their businesses. That is very hard for them to, at the same time, be engaged, but of course, it's very important. So we have an idea to really kind of like synchronize our efforts and really kind of integrate the merchants on Nostrand Avenue. And it does cover your district as well, because we're thinking of creating a business improvement district that would evidently evolve from the merchants on Nostrand Avenue. And we'd like to be a big thing. We'd like to be, well, right now we cover Glenwood to Parkside. That's like 16 blocks. And we'd like to go further to possibly Empire Boulevard, maybe even further. We'll see. But the whole idea is for us to envision a bid that would take care of that district. And we don't have to worry about things like cleaning services, because the bid will pay for that. And we know that's a major issue with the merchants. And allow things that we could get the merchants much more involved and doing. We know it's very, very ambitious, but this is something that's kind of like needed. If you go to Manhattan sometimes, the district of Manhattan are like, they take huge number of blocks. We want to do something that's not haphazard, but definitely like integrate all these things, because we all almost always, all of us are almost in the same place. We're struggling with different things, but the main thing is, even though we have different districts, the problem is common. The problem is almost the same. And if we could solve one problem with one strategy or one initiative, it makes it much easier. Again, thank you so much for all that you do. And I'm here to assist in every way possible. And you should know that I represent Havnet Chamber of Commerce, and we've been doing the merchant organizing for a very long time, since 2007. We started the FS Nostrand Merchant Association. Again, it's from Glenwood to Parkside, and we'd love to work with you to kind of like integrate everything, synchronize everything. And so that effort becomes just one effort. So when we're building the bid, when we're creating the bid, it's not like it's a one-time effort we could do, because it gets really, really intense if you do it one time at one area and you do it another time in another area. It's a lot to do, because it takes the stakeholders, it takes the business property owners to do the buy-in. And we prefer to do it one time as opposed to do it a little bit here, a little bit there. So again, thank you guys for all that you do.
So Jackson, you work with the bid on Nostrand that goes until Parkside. Is that right?
There's no bid. No, there's no bid on Nostrand until Parkside. Actually, I'm the vice chair of the junction bid, and I've been with them like over 10 years.
Yeah.
And we've done a lot with the bid. We've done significantly a lot with the bid. What we want to see is to have the Nostrand Avenue corridor also become a bid, that we could duplicate the same things and have good cleaning service, have a lot of good merchant promoting initiatives for them,
So
I
there's
think we're
no,
good.
is there a bid right now, the one at the junction?
Yes.
And it
Uh,
goes,
the-
where does it stop?
It goes from Avenue J, Avenue H actually. It's going to extend to J. To all the way to Glenwood. It's going to extend to Fairfield. So we're extending it one more time, one more block each way. We are extending it. We're in the process right now. I also work with the Flatbush, the Flatbush Avenue bid, the Flatbush Avenue bid. And they just recently merged, and they go from Coney Island from Flatbush on the east side, to about Coney Island to
Parkside.
to Parkside. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not really our district because our district starts at Clarkson.
Well, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. That I'd love to work with you because we want to create a bid along Nostrand Avenue that encompasses all of Nostrand Avenue.
So you want to go from Glenwood up to
Empire.
Empire?
Yeah. Is that where your district stops?
Yeah, Empire, no, Eastern Parkway.
Okay, then we'll go to Eastern Parkway. Yes, it's like it's gonna be a huge bid, but I think it will. I think we could all. I think
Okay,
the
so
effort
you
will be worth it.
want to talk to the Nostrand Avenue people and get them interested in a bid? You want to sell them on a bid, yes?
Yes.
Okay, and you'll have all the information for them, like how much this is gonna cost, who's in charge, how it's gonna make their lives better?
Yes.
Great.
I have that. Yeah, but actually, the main people that will facilitate the bid are the property owners.
Right.
And I understand that property owners, a lot of them are absentee landlords, and we have some strategies to deal with that as well. Because we have to do it. We can.
But a lot of the property owners give the fees to the renters.
Yes, they pass it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do pass it on. So then the renters would make the decision. But probably the most important thing that a bid does is to keep the area clean and safe. That's really, really important to everyone, especially the merchants, the business owners.
Okay, thanks, Jackson. I think that would be interesting to people to hear from you. We'll just try to figure out, can we connect somehow with email?
Yes, we can. Absolutely, we can. Yes. Nicholas have all my contact information. Nicholas,
Okay.
please feel free to share with Ms. Vanessa Raptopoulos.
Yes, very good, very good.
I have some Greek friends. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I know Papadopoulos. I know a couple. Yeah.
There's a couple of us floating around. Nicholas, did you want to
Yeah.
say something? You're muted.
I'm muted. I'll share the information with you, with him, because I already sent his email to Dante and Fred. So I will forward to you that information also. Okay, so we could work on that because we like to see the community clean, and I think this is what a bid helps to do. If we could get the merchant to buy in, I know we're into it. That would keep those commercial corridors clean. We
Yeah.
are clean and safe. And I think that's the main thing because you don't want to be working with the slash all over the place.
Right.
I think that's one of the big benefits of having a bid. Okay.
Yeah, and another thing is you have this one little corner, like you have a 6-block radius that's clean, and then the other one is not. Again, that doesn't make any sense. Because if you're gonna make the Nostrand Avenue corridor like a shopping corridor where we will promote a lot of businesses, where we promote a lot of let's say cultural things, just make it interesting, make it dynamic. Yeah, we need to make the whole Nostrand Avenue keep it clean and safe. The whole
Gotta
thing.
say, the junction is not clean.
Oh, when have you been there? We have people working there all the time.
Better? Okay.
Yeah. When was the last time you were there?
A couple months ago, and I was like, ooh.
That's an aberration because that's no longer a thing that
All right,
we,
I'll have to go back
that we
next
heard.
week and check it out.
Yeah, because we have staff working there full time for six days a week. To keep the area clean. Actually, it's one of the cleanest area right now. And again, it gets dirty fast. You clean it.
Yeah, it gets very dirty very
in
fast.
2-3 hours. It's dirty again.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks, Jackson.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Liz.
I think that would be helpful for people to just know that there's things brewing and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so other things that we need to do before the next meeting, I think, when is the next meeting? Do we know?
Give me 1 second.
And also, can we just confirm what we need to do on our end to make sure that this event is approved
Oh, yeah, we have to
at all the
vote.
right levels so we can have the event?
All right, April 8th is the date for the April committee meeting,
8th, okay.
right? And then in terms of just moving things along and making sure that everything's solid. So once we get the finalized flyer, Vanessa, I'll send you the budget form so you can fill that out. Once you solidify all of those things, and we have a location, then you'll just put the proposal before the committee, and then the committee will vote for it. And then
Okay.
it'll go to the exec, yeah.
So we need a location before we get it approved.
I mean, you don't have to have a location. I would honestly, I
think
don't know
it's
how.
so
I don't know how-
nice that this woman is inviting us to have it at the Bodega Lounge. I think
Yeah.
that's so great. It is very, very small in there. I want you guys to know, like, it's not that big. And if it rains. Regina,
For me, I'm a fan of, we got a location with, and people who live around that, I'm even excited to visit. Just as a consumer, and just to highlight maybe on the flyer, which I can't remember if it says it, but something about limited capacity, or I don't know what language we want to have a sense of urgency to sign up and to like be there, but yeah, I think a lot of locations are going to be on the smaller side. And as we get some people coming in, we might find people who have larger, but she's here, she has a location. I think that shows like the community board supporting people who are actually have existing businesses. I'm all for patronizing and being able to walk to things that exist here, which I absolutely love. So I think, yeah, it might be small. We might only be able to host just a few people, but we should be getting people in the businesses as
No,
much.
I thought you said like me can be
Okay,
changed.
I second that, Regina.
It may.
that,
I have one question.
yeah.
Is the business owner, does he or she have access to a backyard, or can she use a front
There's a
yard?
front area that I think they use, and I believe there's like a couple tables in the front. Kat, are you still here?
Yep, and that's correct. We have tables in the front and access to the front to set up. We have the other side, it's just not connected. So there's like an overflow room in a sense, but that can just act as like where all the stuff, if you guys have stuff that needs to be stored away, it could be held on that side and we could just open the garage, like it has a garage door. It's what used to be Daleview Biscuit and Beers. That's what I took over. So it has that garage door opening, so it has an outward spill outside, which can actually, in a sense, help in the sense of walking traffic and having people see it.
So do you guys have both sides or just the one side?
We have both sides.
Okay. And you can walk back and forth between?
Yep.
Right? On the inside
Yes.
or outside?
You could walk in between through outside. We don't have access in between due to the residential stairs that
Oh,
breaks it
okay.
up.
Okay. Okay, yeah, there were two other people who also donated their space. They're both about the same size, I would say. And neither of them are here, so. Lisa, did you want to say something?
Yes, I think, sorry, phone. I think small is not necessarily bad, right? Because we don't know how many people we're going to get. And I think if it's crowded, that's a good thing, right? Then people say, yeah, I went to this event, it was so crowded. Instead of having a very large space and only a few people show, right?
Right.
It gives the perception that not that many people are there. So,
Forces you to talk to folks.
yes, that's
Forces.
intimate.
If I could just throw in one more thing, if any of you are available Thursday or Friday. Thursday, we have our comedy show, and Friday, we have a sip and shoot event where a photographer is doing it for Women's Appreciation. So he's using the cafe side to take photos for personal, professional, creative usage. And it's supposed to be a mixer. So that could be an opportunity for you all to see the space. If anybody is free any of those 2 nights to see the space in live action.
Yeah, Kat, I'll come by either Thursday or Friday.
I will stop by myself too.
Information from our.
This is in the evening?
Yes, Thursday show starts at 8, but we have a beer vendor happy hour at 6:30. Friday is 6:30 to 8:30. We'll be carrying on for the rest of the evening.
And where was that event?
Thursday is our comedy show. It's the Shiv Does Comedy Show. That's the happy hour starts at 6:30. The show starts at 8. And then Friday, it's 6:30 to 8:30. It's a sip and shoot where it's a mixer and with free complimentary photo shoot, 5-minute slots for women.
Cool, Kat, you'll be there on Thursday?
I'll be there both days.
Okay, we'll see you then.
Would you say the address again?
Yep, and I can also put it in the chat. It's 1170 Nostrand Avenue, what used to be Daleview Biscuit and Beers.
Friday's what time?
6:30 it starts.
Okay, so if our next meeting is April 8th, do you guys think that we should talk about our ground game at the next meeting for distributing flyers? Or do you think we should start before then? I'm personally going to be inviting, I've already started inviting people because I'm like, not gonna wait around for people to be like, I'm booked, sorry. So if you do talk to any business owners, I would ask you to ask them to put it on their calendar even before you have a flyer, if you have relationships with these people. May is like so busy, so, but do we want to wait until April 8th? Because we could, at that meeting, kind of like map out who's gonna hit the ground where and figure out how we're going to distribute these flyers, or do we want to do it before then? What do you guys think?
I'm fine to do it then. I'm already in my brain. I live a block away from Utica. So I mean, I think Lisa as well, like you're in the vicinity as well. We've been talking about it. So I think it'd be relatively quick. We get the flyers, yeah.
If I may,
Yeah.
may I say something?
Please.
Whenever you're having events, it's always good to let people know as early as possible. Even if you don't have the flyers yet, just put a word out there. Listen, we're gonna have this event on this day. I'd love for you to come. I'm expecting you to be there. So can you commit right now? It's always cool to do that as opposed to, allowing more time, because people book things. That is true. And people forget. And the next thing I want to say is, be consistent. Invite them consistently. Don't assume that they remember and then they know. Make sure you definitely invite them like about every other week at least. And when it's that week, make sure you do that every other day, and make sure you do it definitely the day before. Definitely the day before. Make sure you remind everyone. That always works for me. Just remind people, because people do forget and things come up. But if you put them on the spot and say, "Listen, I really need you to be there. Please attend. It's going to be wonderful for you. This is the value you will receive from this event." Just that's my
I
that's my
agree.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that often we should tell people often, and maybe we can blast it out on Instagram and stuff on CB9. I don't know how that works, but
Yeah, do everything possible that's available at your disposal to promote it. Use
when
that
we
whatever medium you
do
have,
hit,
promote it.
yeah, when we do hit the pavement, we should be also gathering people's email addresses.
Of course.
Um,
Yes, yeah, build
So
a
maybe we
database
can
of
make a
merchants. Yeah.
form, so when you guys are dropping things off, you can just like quickly jot down people's email addresses, even if you don't have time to get their names and all that, just so we have
Mhm.
some send a flyer in an email.
Mhm. Well, and the other thing is, you make sure you have sign-in sheet when they come in, so you do have that information. So for your database.
Jean Rene, did you want to say something?
Yes, I want to say that. A paper flyer is just a tool. But you can also use a link NYC or just do some poster also for the blog. But just what you need is the design and a QR and a QR code. But paper flyers are good. I mean, you can drop them on some stores. Not everyone want to pick them up and take them home. But if you have them like on a poster where people can take a QR with a link, or then you can also use link at NYC. It's free for us. So then sometimes I walk by on North Strand Avenue, and then we link NYC. They post some stuff sometimes for free for us. It's usually a font, and then you get a QR, and then you can use the poster as digital. Also, you can also do as paper. Like we can do like a poster on the stores or the flyer on stores or merchant. But I think we need to use both tools. But the flyers are definitely come out first.
Yeah, so when we're distributing the flyers, we can ask the business owners to post it in their store if they want to.
Yeah, yeah, you can leave them up front, but where people pay, like a little
Right.
stack.
Yeah, whatever they want to post it, if they want to post it. I mean, we're
Yeah.
not inviting everyone. We're just
Yeah,
inviting
just
business
for
owners.
people who come in.
So, but Dante, once we have the flyer confirmed, we can start putting it on the link NYC.
Yes.
Okay, great. Regina, did you want to say something?
Oh no, that's perfect follow-up. I was just saying this to highlight, I mean, my theory on this flyer execution and handing it out is actually to have real conversations. I won't be back in New York until a couple of weeks, from conference to conference. So that's why I'm like, I was okay with the 8th. You know, ideally in a perfect world, talking to people in advance. Yeah, planning these things well in advance is ideal. You know, but it will be nice to have a tangible thing, to have a conversation. I do believe to the point of maybe as we are going, because I was thinking, obviously they fill out the survey or whatever and RSVP, you already collect email because of the survey, but it would be wise for us to go ahead and set up an easy take their email while we're talking to people, just to capture the email. So then after you capture the email, you have all fair game to follow up with email and doing all the things that marketers do to continue to promote the event and communicate key resources, et cetera, et cetera. So I think once we get to that point, and again, if the capacity is X, there's plenty of businesses. So we just have to hit each one and talk to people and hope for a great conversion. But I think the conversations, and when we talk about that next month a little bit more in detail, then we should be able to achieve that goal. But I think we could talk more about that strategy of the ground game next week, but email collection as the game, that's generally the most converted thing anyway. And then leverage other aspects. But I think next week will be great. Next month will be great to really go deeper.
Great, and Kat is on Notion, so not to single you out or put you on the spot, Kat, but maybe you can help us out a little bit on Notion for a few blocks or something to at least your neighbors. That would be, it would be helpful because you probably know a bunch of them better than we do.
And maybe following up with Caribbean as well. I mean, they're well connected with the community as well. Maybe even their
Yeah.
district help just get the information out just to get
Yeah.
word.
That's
So
true.
yeah, not leveraging businesses we're already connected to just
Yeah.
have people flag it.
Lisa?
Yeah, I think what would be helpful, at least to me, is to have the link to the survey. So we can, so if I'm walking up, I could say, hey, I can talk to them, even though I may not have a flyer yet, saying, this is what I'm doing. If you complete this survey, we'll get you on, you know, your information and sign you up that way.
So maybe Dante, you could just send us the QR code as an image and we could have like a screenshot of it on our phone. Then when you're talking to someone, you could be like, scan this. And then they're in.
That makes sense.
And then maybe
That
the
makes
next
sense,
time we
Lisa?
go, we'll have the actual form, you know, flyer.
Right.
And they can post it or have it available to them.
Okay.
Sounds good. So I think we need to vote on this, right? Dante, that we want to do.
Yeah, you'll need to vote on it, but I mean, you should do it when everything is set, like,
That, okay.
right. Like ideally we would send like a proposal to the committee members so they can see it like an actual proposal, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we do that? I mean, we're kind of gonna have to
I
do
mean,
it
I
next
think,
meeting.
right. Yeah, I think that you'll be fine to do it next meeting
Okay.
because it's not like well, at least from what I've heard, you know, it doesn't sound like this is going to be a financial burden, you know, to find money. So the budget form isn't going to take, but like, it'll take less than 10 minutes since you're not adding so much.
Okay. Okay, I took notes. Did anybody else take notes? Because I can distribute these or send them to the board office. Okay, so what we have for next meeting, just to go through it really quick, next round of the flyer by the 22nd, Dante to add to the survey, Vanessa and Dante to talk to Fred about Friends of CB9. We should, I'm gonna put together an actual list of people who've reached out and said that they want to be speakers. We gotta do the budget form. We gotta figure out the location for sure. So we're gonna go visit Kat's spot, Bodega Lounge, Thursday and Friday. And then I have an email list from Connor that I talked about earlier from when they did Utica, the Crown Heights stuff. And so I'm gonna put together the addresses for what's in our district. Plus I have a list of the Flatbush Avenue email addresses from Parkside to Empire. So I'm gonna accumulate all those together into a list, so we have at least a start to our email blast list. Is there anything else that you guys think we need to accomplish before next meeting? Regina?
Based on what you said, I think if you can email blast and just put word out to save the date, I think that'd be, you know, one opportunity right there, but nothing above that.
So once we get that flyer, we can just blast it out right away. From the email list that I have at least, before we even hit the ground. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I wasn't even saying with the flyer, but we'll have the flyer soon. I was just saying save
Yeah.
the date kind of thing, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. We can do that. Should we send it from the CB9 email address?
Okay, who are we sending this save the date to?
Well, I have the list of the Flatbush Ave businesses, and then we have that list from Connor of the Utica, and there were like 2 other locations that he had. We have like a starting list of business owner emails.
Okay. Can I sleep on it?
Yes.
Yeah, let me sleep on it.
And why don't I put them all together and see how many addresses I actually have?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. I can do that this week. Okay.
One question, is Fred from SBS?
Fred is from our community board 9. He's the chair.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I did have
Okay.
Jonathan from SBS that did want to talk, but we can talk about that later.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Does anybody have any questions? Other things that you want to mention? Are we ready to get out of here? Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Well, I don't know if I get a vote, but I would second the motion.
Okay, great. Okay, guys, see you soon, and we'll be in contact. Everybody have a good night.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night,
Good night.
everyone.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
everyone.
Pleasure to meet you all.